The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, Phoenix's Call. I'm your storyteller, Ravinia, Nikki, Rav, whatever you want to call me. That bitch, that works too. And now, let's introduce our players.
Hello, hello. My name is Maddox, and tonight I will be playing Colin Douglas, and I don't stream anywhere else but the McStabbers, so I don't need to promote.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ravnos Archon. I will be playing Eyes of the Creek, a Red Talon Philodox, and I am excited to be on my second McStabber stream.
Muted.
I'm Beth, playing Olivia Franklin. It's my second stream with McStabber Studios. I'm really excited. I'm playing a Black Fury Theurge.
My name is Timber Brad. I will be playing Plays with Danger, a Bonar Lupus Ragabash. And this is my kind of second stream with McStabbers. I did a guest with Call of Cthulhu.
And I am Caleb, known as Plaguewin's most social medias. I will be playing Jonathan Davis, a Children of Gaia Galliard. And you've seen me on McStabbers before. I was in another werewolf stream on this channel. Also in Windy City as Duncan McTavish.
And here we are, our lovely pack. So nice saying that.
Ow!
This is taking place in a lovely town called Cody, Wyoming. It's not exactly the busiest town, except for it's now spring, and we are now getting visitors coming in because they want to go and see Yellowstone. Usually not too much going on around here. Relatively sleepy. It's a town of only 7,000 people. The Centennial's coming up in a couple of months. Cars are driving by. Radio's turned up. It's the Macarena of all things, but they are driving by. The Spit Bucket has a special on Tuesdays, 50 cents PBRs. And as we come to it, the Spit Bucket is where we're going to start our lovely stream at. It's about 3 p.m. People aren't super busy in here, but it's going to start getting busy as the night goes on. And what are our lovely pack doing?
Plays with Danger will be kind of skulking around back by the garbage. Looks like a very large, hopefully dog. Could be a wolf. But yeah, he's just kind of like nosing around through the garbage.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Jonathan, this is Hamid, our human looking for him, and he's inside the spit bucket. He's playing at the pinball machine. Playing it with one hand is grabbing one of the 50-cent PBRs and kind of awkwardly the one button like with his pinky while holding the PBR at the same time. Seems to be bopping his head to whatever tune is going.
Mm-hmm.
Colin is most likely sitting at the bar with just it looks like a pint glass, but then as you actually look inside, you see that it's just water. And he's just sort of sitting there, occasionally glancing over at Jonathan at the pinball machine, trying to get a look, but not too invested in the game. Just sips from his water. His simple jeans, tennis shoes, black t-shirt, black hair, long like mine. Basically looks like me, but black hair.
Olivia's probably hanging out at the dartboard, trying to actually do okay at it. Whether she is or not, don't know.
And the Eyes of the Creek will be out back, just as always, keeping an eye on the perimeter of the rear of this building and making sure that nothing is coming up that his pack shouldn't know about.
Mm-hmm. Plays with Danger. A waitress from the spit bucket is coming out to dump off trash. She kind of looks at you. She's got brown hair. It's short. It's slightly tousled. She's been working. She just kind of looks at you and it's like, you're always back here. Why?
And then as soon as I notice, I'll move away from her so as not to get within, try not to freak her out or anything, just sort of recognizing that she's there and that I'm not trying to be a danger to her.
Mm-hmm. She goes and she drops the trash into the trash can. She turns and looks at you for some reason. It's like, just so you know, the boss has made me put rat poison in the trash. So no go digging around in that.
I look over at the garbage bag, and then I look at her. Head hangs a little bit, and then he just kind of sits up, and we'll walk towards the front, and then just kind of lay down in front, outside, kind of right by the door. It was just well, this is useless.
That's strange. It's almost like he could understand me. Oh well, back inside. She goes back in. Bruce is kind of staring at Colin with his water glass. Bruce is he's about 6'2", wiry build. He's got a flannel shirt that's open. He fairly attractive gent. He's cleaning the bar. Everybody kind of knows Bruce. He tends to hang around and take care of things. And he just kind of looks at Colin and goes, you should probably try cranberry juice. That would keep people from noticing that you're just drinking water.
Seems kind of tart. Isn't the water fine?
Yeah, but I know some of your buddies get on you.
Whatever.
All right.
Can't make me do anything I don't want to.
That's true. I was just trying to help. Jonathan, don't shake the pinball machine.
Oh, you caught that. All right. Next time I won't. I slide another quarter in. And Jonathan, I forgot before, he's a kind of going to mid-20s, got slick back, black hair. Pretty decent looking guy. Dressed all in black, but he's more of a stylish shirt than like a t-shirt.
All right. Olivia, since you're playing with the dartboard, why don't you give me a Dex Athletics just to see how you throw?
First roll of the game.
Fuck this up.
Yeah, I want to go and say it.
Make sure you have plenty of dice ready.
Difficult 7. Just
To
slightly
replace
harder than normal.
These.
Did Here Comes the Hot Stepper already come out this year?
I think so.
Okay.
Ones are failures, right?
Yes, ones take away successes.
So I have 1 success and 1 failure.
So that means you don't. Yeah, but thankfully you don't botch. All right, so you take the dart, you go and throw it. You're kind of interested in this game, and you throw it, and it goes real wide. Like it hits the moose head on the far near the entranceway of the building, right in the nose.
I kind of try to nonchalantly put the darts back where I got them and be like, I'm gonna do something else. I kind of mosey over to the bar and taking a book out of my backpack, and Olivia is kind of like probably maybe a little too young to be here. She's like 19. Tore up jeans, older t-shirt, and oversized flannel, and just kind of sits at the bar and it's like, yeah, nope, I didn't do that. Wasn't me.
Do you need me to make you roll for that? It wasn't me. I'm kidding. I'm not going to make you do that. So you just kind of absentmindedly, there's no one in here really except for the pack at the moment. You know it's going to get busier later just because this is like one of the only bars in town. Eyes of the Creek, you're making your rounds, your perimeter. Always vigilant, always looking for something amiss. And you do notice a nice Jeep Cherokee pulls up. It's one of the ones made for off-roading, so it's got like the plasticky kind of outside shell that you can take off and pop on. It's a bright red in color. And you see Tears from the Fall step out.
Is this where I would be able to see him as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming that when you came up front, Eyes of the Creek was probably there, making his little walk back and forth like he does. Probably saw you pout.
I'm gonna try to sneak up on Plays with Danger if I can.
Okay, we can have this fun.
As I see this Cherokee kind of coming.
All right, let's go. Stealth and dexterity for fun. And I guess for Plays with Danger, you will need perception plus alertness to see if you catch him.
You said perception alertness.
Yeah. Eyes of the Creek, it's going to be a standard difficulty.
6
And
years.
depending on the successes that Eyes of the Creek has, it'll up the difficulty for Plays with Danger.
So here's my question. Can
Yes.
I use my specialty of eyes in the back of my head for perception?
If it's a specialty that you have in perception, you
Yep.
can, and it'll re-roll 10s. So
Sweet.
exploding 10s.
Does my specialty on shadowing come into effect here?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
You are a pack hunter. You have followed prey before, Eyes of the Creek.
So no ones and then 2 10s. So I'm re-rolling.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
I'm waiting on Eyes of the Creek's rolls to give you the diff.
I have 5 successes.
5 successes?
Mhm.
All right, your difficulty is 8. Plays with
then
danger?
That would be 4.
Okay. So, Eyes of the Creek, you kind of do the little wiggle back and forth as you kind of follow along. And what happens is Plays with Danger sniffs the air. He smells you, but he smelled you before. You're all over this place. He kind of looks. He's looking for you, but he doesn't see you directly yet. So what are you going to do, Eyes of the Creek?
I'm going to wait for him to just turn away enough that I can pounce. And
Okay.
just very not aggressive. I'm going to just grab him by the scruff of the neck and kind of hold him down.
All right.
You look
Please.
domesticated. Stop playing with the web walkers.
Plays with Danger. You do turn. You're looking at the Jeep that pulled up. That's what draws your attention. And then all of a sudden, you see a shadow flicker from behind you. And it's too late. He's already on top of you.
Ears will flatten a little bit. We'll kind of, I mean, he's got me by the neck, so he wins this round.
Do you say anything to him with what he said about you playing with the web walkers?
Fine.
Let him go.
As soon as he lets me go, I snip at him.
It's just, I'll let this go for the moment. It's just a little nip, like you would
Like
play with.
it's not intended to be like an attack. It's just as soon as he releases, it's just kind of one of those. Now it's a game of one-upsmanship.
Yeah, just a little nip. But yeah, you see Tears from the Fall step out of the Jeep. You all know this person. This person is basically your handler for the moment. As a pack, you kind of get passed around depending on needs from the Karen. But this
as soon as he gets out and the little interaction with Eyes of the Creek, I knowing that they're there, I'm gonna move away, as sort of is kind of customary when anybody of higher rank is. I just tend to move away from them.
Yeah. As you all know, darn it, Tears from the Fall. Sorry, I'm getting Eyes of the Creek and Plays with Danger, and now my brain's going. But Tears from the Fall is the truth seeker of the Karen, of the werewolves here. She has long black hair. It's braided back. She has a scar, like a 3-line scar down from her jaw, going down her neck, and it's hidden by her t-shirt. She's in cargo pants, and yeah, on her belt you can see there is indeed a firearm.
I nod respectfully and kind of also take a step back.
Yeah, she nods, and she kind of flicks her hand to point and gesture inside as she goes to go in herself. She even holds the door a little for you since you have no thumbs. Which basically means she just opened it extra wide and is just hoping that you both will take advantage of the situation without looking at you.
I will slink in as quickly as I can, and then kind of off to the side, out of the way.
I will slowly crawl in, distrustful of everything that goes on inside here, and just find the first table I can hide underneath.
As Tears comes in, I look over and like do a double take, like realizing who it is. Jonathan will stop the pinball game, kind of hold up the PBR and says, "Hello, Tears."
Pleasure to see you here. It's nice to see all of you here. For some reason, I knew you were going to be here.
It's 50-cent PBR.
You're here a lot of nights, so seems like a safe assumption.
She does look at the moose head with the dart sticking out of it.
I'm just kind of putting the book I started starting to get out back into my backpack, just like, nope.
And she actually reaches up and she has to slightly jump to get it and pull it out. All right. Bruce, you need to maintain this place. It's like, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She goes to put the dart up. While this is happening, how about all of you make a perception plus alertness roll? Difficulty 6.
Would the same specialty apply to this? Eyes in the back of my head.
Yeah,
What about a detail-oriented perception specialty?
that would as well.
Oh, thank God.
And
You said what was the difficulty?
6. Standard diff.
I got 5.
success.
5, 1,
3
2.
successes.
3.
Nothing can be canceled out.
Oh, I got you. So you got nothing. So Ice of the Creek doesn't hear anything, but even you, Colin, with the 1 success, you hear the police sirens going off. The wop, 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 wop kind of police sirens that are heading, from what you can gather, specifically Jonathan plays with danger and Olivia, they're heading towards the woods.
The Tears, is this a coincidence? As soon as you walk in, we hear that?
I wish it wasn't so.
That's what I thought.
And she goes and she sits down in the center circular table in this place.
I will head over and join her at the table.
Yeah.
Storyteller,
Yes.
what would her non-Gru name be? I don't need
Stacy.
a last, but Stacy.
Is it the table that I'm at, or do I have to crawl over to another table?
It was probably the closest one that you could see, because it's kind of the one that's right in the center of the place. So unless you literally went to the edge and hooked into like a booth.
No, I wouldn't do that.
So there are booths.
Yeah, there are booths, there are tables too.
Oh, I'm gonna jump into the seat of a booth facing her.
All right.
I will sigh, grab my water, clunk it down on the table, and sit not quite across from her, but adjacent.
All right.
I'm going to grab 2 more PBRs, refill the one I got, and offer one to her, and sit down.
Mm-hmm. She smiles and acknowledges your gift.
He just nods and then sits down.
I'll slide a chair over so that I can kind of sit still on my haunches, but be able to see above the table at her.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yes. It seems like you all know what's coming. I'm pretty sure you do.
I sit there looking at her completely innocent.
She kind of stares at you real hard when you look completely innocent. There's this flicker on her face.
My ears lower a little bit, but I still look at her.
There appears to have been an incident with a hiker in the woods.
Okay, I literally have nothing to do with a hiker.
Now white knuckling on the glass that he has.
And Johnson just takes a sip.
The police so far have started claiming bear attack. I want to make sure.
Any ideas if it's not a bear?
That's what y'all need to figure out. We haven't seen black spirals or formeri in this area for quite a long time. That makes some of our warband a little complacent. They might be lazy. Who knows?
Probably a good thing we haven't seen them lately.
Take it we found this hiker before the cops did, since they're just on their way now?
A forest ranger found her first. Called the cops. Initial investigation has already been going. I, of course, have my contacts who have let me know. They are going to help secure the area. They have not moved her. And who knows? Hopefully it was just a bear. Who knows? But we can't take any chances.
All right. Well, we'll head out. We'll let you know what we find, I guess.
I put my paw on the table as if I'm trying to ask a question.
Yes.
Ranger, not kin.
Ranger was not kin.
And I pull my paw back.
Unfortunately. We do have several that work in the woods, protect conservation, but in this case, scared that poor man half to death.
Did your contacts let you know who was going to be on scene?
Thankfully, Myers is going to be on scene. Myers, as you know, is a kinfolk that actually works in the police department. He should be able to get you past most of the yellow tape.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put my paw back on the table. Not kin, Ranger. Problem?
It's not too bad. It mainly scared him. He
Pull my
alerted.
paw back with a very sad look on my face.
It just scared him. I mean, it's only the first of the season. And I mean, we've had incidences where it was just bears before. You know how idiotic the humans can be on occasion. They bring stuff with them that attracts bears, and cycle continues. They feed the bears, and then they come to think humans have food.
Storyteller?
Mm-hmm.
Would we have seen any recent news articles or reports about bear sightings?
There were quite a few. There's a lot of warning articles because as people come to go visit Yellowstone, they try and promote safe practices.
Okay, so more the normal warnings, but nothing like an active sighting.
No, not an active sighting as of yet.
So is there anything you want us to do with this ranger, or just focus on the body?
I don't think he knows anything more than he's telling us, but if he gives you that feeling, try and find out more.
All right.
His name's Rutherford Thomas. He's an old trapper type. He lives in a cabin in the woods himself. Prefers to stay alone. It's mainly why he doesn't bother me, because he cares about nature as much as we do.
Shame. It's not one of us.
Indeed.
All right. I say, let's get out there and check this out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it's towards Rattlesnake Mountain.
Is this in the direction in the woods that I would be interested in, or different direction?
Well, the Brawn is a very wide berth around here, since there is so much natural wood. So you have seen your kinfolk running around in this area. But as soon as the humans started coming into the area more, they tend to try and avoid them.
I'm going to hop off the seat and just head to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then since apparently it's a door that I can't open, I'm just going to sit there staring at it.
Now, storyteller question: these woods? Is there any type of trails or paths, like for like hiking, vehicle, or is it pure woods?
It's pure woods with some hiking trails.
Okay.
And the idea of the distance from town, is it something where, like, we could theoretically just quickly get there in, say, Lupus form, or would we want to maybe drive closer and then go from there?
Lupus form might get you past the transition, but I see a fair 30-minute card ride altogether.
All right. I would say Jonathan probably has a car.
I'm going to bite softly on Colin's pant leg and just kind of pull towards the door.
I, after just sort of staring at my glass of water, notice it, just leave it and walk out. Bit dazed all of a sudden.
That's our sign that we should probably get going.
Whose vehicle are you riding in?
Assuming Jonathan's.
Jonathan, what kind of vehicle do you have?
Well, Jonathan is I guess, part-time lawyer now.
Mm-hmm.
So, good money, but not full-blown lawyer money. So I would say, Christ, I know more about motorcycles and cars. What's a good, like, mid-sized priced car?
Not a red Geo Metro.
No, not Geos.
Could just have a basic Honda or something like that.
Like a Ford Explorer.
Okay.
More like a SUV.
All right. Ford Explorer. What color is it?
Let's go black.
Black. All right.
Actually, no, you know what? Gray. Let's go gray. Like an ash or charcoal color, I think it's called. Like a gray.
Mm-hmm.
Go with that.
All right.
Olivia follows you out, but she calls shotgun as you guys get near the car.
Just to annoy Eyes of the Creek, I go right up to the back where I know we're going. And I sit there just looking as happy as can be, waiting to jump in the car.
As I'm stepping out, I go, "Shot! God damn it!" as I see Olivia getting in.
Just a slow trudge to the back of this weaver thing.
I'm going to do my best to be on the opposite side of Eyes of the Creek throughout this car ride.
Okay.
The last thing I need is a pissed off Red Talon right next to me.
Oh, the whole ride, I'm not even looking at you. I'm just staring daggers at Jonathan.
Oh, the entire ride, I'm laying all over Eyes of the Creek. Like literally smothering him as much as I can.
Don't move. I am like a statue, just staring at the rearview mirror to make eye contact with Jonathan, so he knows how much I hate this.
So during the drive, Jonathan every so often looks in the rearview mirror. No reaction, and a couple times you see him kind of like smirk.
Oh, there are times where like it breaks the vision of him in the rearview mirror, and it just plays with danger, just like kind of just like as much room as he can, jumping on him, and his tail's just like going a million miles an hour. He just loves the fact that Eyes of the Creek is so uncomfortable right now.
At that point, Jonathan he turns on the radio. You see him. It's the 90s. Like that, he spins a dial and turns onto a station that's playing like some Pantera.
Okay.
Good 90s metal.
Olivia's just digging through her backpack and just like pulling out cassettes. Like, I got some cranberries. Could be better than this.
Now, a good driving question. Do I know where I'm going?
Yes, you've been in town long enough that you know where you're going.
Okay.
It is going towards the west. Let's see.
So lots of stairs in this car ride.
Yep.
Stairs and smothering.
Yep, there is just plays with danger just rolling back there. Getting all up in Eyes of the Creek's business. And
no reaction to him whatsoever.
I need you to make a wits roll. Plays with danger, just wits.
Oh, all right. That's actually not awful for me.
Yep, this is a difficulty 9.
2 out of 3. I got a 9 and a 10.
All right. As you're rolling around playfully, you notice there is something shiny underneath Jonathan's car seat.
Well, now I feel more interested in whatever the shiny new thing under the car seat is. So I'm just gonna start like pawing at it, trying to dig it out, and maybe like get my nose in there, trying to like get my teeth around it.
Eyes of the Creek. You finally get a little bit of a reprieve, but you see Plays with Danger trying to dig under the seats. Colin, you feel Plays with Danger bumping against your seat repeatedly.
And it just like you feel it's like he's swatting at it, and then it just like grunting, trying to get to it.
As I'm talking into my muted microphone, lovely for the audience to hear me, right? I'm gonna just reach my hand under and hopefully not get bitten as I try and grab whatever the fuck he's looking for.
Yeah. You reach under there.
I was gonna say, if he's gonna try and help me get this thing, I am not biting him.
You pull it out.
Yeah, at this point, Jonathan's like, is something going on back there?
I think we're fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I go back to a stare at Eyes of the Creek, then focus back on driving.
It's a silver case. It's not actually silver. It doesn't give you the heebie-jeebies. It's a little silver case. You rattle it around. It almost looks like an old-timey pillowcase. Shaky.
So like I grab it out of his hand, or like, and then just start like shaking my head with it in my mouth so it rattles. But then like I start getting like right next to Eyes of the Creek's ears, and then I just start doing it. See if he reacts.
At this point, my paw comes up, and I'm going to try to force him down.
If it helps, I'd like to do the same.
And
But with
under
my hand.
under my breath, I'm just going to be respect the territory of another. The litany.
And
All right, roll dice. We'll see if Plays with Danger gets away. So we're gonna do a standard dodge roll for Plays with Danger, and we'll do a strength. Would we call this brawl? Would we? Yeah, we're gonna call it brawl for the sake of
Okay.
brevity.
are we talking Dex Athletics?
Yes. Or as Shanky likes to say, death athletics.
It might be. I might become one with this truck here in a second.
I contemplated shifting into Hispo just to prove a point, but I was like, I don't want to destroy Jonathan's truck.
True, that would
All
be
of
a
sudden
big
the axle's
fluff ball.
just grinding
Yeah.
against the road.
What's the difficulty? Still 6?
Yeah, we'll do standard diffs for everybody.
I got 3.
Okay. Y'all gotta beat 3
I got 3.
together.
God damn it.
2, unfortunately.
All right, so Colin, you go to be like, hey, stop fucking around. That's kind of what I picture Colin being like. And you,
It's the noise. The noise is annoying as shit.
yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. And yeah, you miss, but Eyes of the Creek is on you. And yeah, it's one of those things, he barely lands a grip on you with his paw.
Since there's 2 of me, or I'm sorry, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Making it obvious that I'm annoying. I'll like gently set the case back down on the ground, and then I'll just lay next to Eyes of the Creek, and then just start swatting him with my tail.
Jonathan, if you're paying attention to this and craziness going on, you know that silver case. That's the case that your mom used to put your medication in.
Yeah, once I hear the rattling, at first probably just ignoring it. It's just them being them. Then I look in the mirror and I see what it is. I actually stop the car, like right in the middle of the road, and I just look in the rearview mirror. I says, "Please give that to me."
There's a
So-
smile as I kind of look down at Plays with Danger like he's in trouble. And I'm just like,
I will like very gingerly pick it up with my mouth, and then hand it over towards Colin.
And from me, it is passed forward to Jonathan.
Colin, you now have wolf slobber all over your hand.
It's now on my pant leg because that's gross.
Jonathan, it is still wet.
That's fine. He just takes it. You see him look at it thoughtfully. Kind of nods at it. Puts it in his pocket. Just stares ahead for a couple seconds and then starts driving again.
And then I just lay down on the back seat where the floor, and not bothering Eyes of the Creek, just laying there.
All right. Point of order is anyone else going to make any bad decisions on this car ride as we are about to do a nice, wonderful transition?
While Jonathan was distracted, I changed the radio. That's it.
Okay.
Just put on some good, like, Lilith Fair-ish music.
I can't wait until we actually use this teamwork to accomplish something great.
Right.
Hey,
Because it will.
maybe.
Because our plan will
Me
totally
too.
maintain contact with the enemy.
Me too.
Jonathan was probably like kind of in a different role for when Olivia changed the radio and didn't even notice it. And he actually, as he starts up, he actually accelerates a little faster.
Okay.
Just to try and more like, let's end this ride now type.
Cullen will just sort of prop his arm, against the window, look out, and just say, "It's probably going to be a spiral." Just be an angsty 18-year-old like he is.
All right. Is that it? Are we good? All right. We are going to just kind of transition really quickly to the parking lot right next to the woods here. It's right near Rattlesnake Mountain.
And as right before I kind of like stop the car, I slam on the brakes, seatbelt check. I don't say anything. I just slam on the brakes.
Who's all wearing seatbelts?
Olivia's 18, 19, you know.
What are seatbelts?
Yeah, Colin definitely slams into the back of the driver's seat.
And then you hear, or you at least definitely feel one thump as at least Plays with Danger hits it.
Is Eyes of the Creek in the way of the seats as Plays with Danger slides and careens? You know, I'm going to make an executive decision.
We're
Yes.
side. So I said when I was laying down, we were laying side by side.
Yeah,
So it would have been okay.
But yeah, you moved around, you shimmied around. He's playfully pinned you on occasion. He probably moved in front to get away from the annoyance.
Probably.
That's fair.
And yeah, the seatbelt check hits.
There's like a yelp, and then just lays back down.
And then I don't
it's
gun
just
it
playful.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I start back up. I don't gun it forward. I just start back up, go another like 50 feet, and then stop the car. And then I just look in the rearview mirror. Seatbelt check.
Thump,
We're here.
yelp, lays back down.
Yeah, I just picture bonk right into the back of Eyes of the Creek. Again, it seems like Plays with Danger is just kind of playing with you as you slid a little bit forward, but not like he did. Because you were paying attention.
Out of this.
Colin noticeably went flying forward, but as soon as he recovered, like there wasn't like any like checking to see if he was hurt or anything. It was just smack out and then right back to sitting.
All right. As you exit the vehicle, Colin, I want you to give me a perception athletics check. Well, not athletics, but alertness. Sorry. I'm getting excited.
I was all excited because I at least have some decent athletics.
I was like,
All
what
right.
are we about to deal with? We need perception and athletics.
That's weird.
Weirder
You never
things
know.
have come up.
Oh, pardon. What difficulty was that?
Difficulty 8.
Okay.
It's like charisma firearms.
Then I have a whopping 0 successes.
Did you botch?
No.
Okay.
You
So
will know if I botch because I will probably be silent for a few seconds.
Okay, I was just making sure. You get out of the car, everyone gets out of the car, and you know what, Jonathan and Olivia, make me perception alertness. Difficulty 4.
I'm going to trot around now that we're outside of the car, and I'm actually going to enjoy the nature that we're in.
It is wonderful, green.
I'm going to make...
Difficulty 4?
Mm-hmm.
I got 3.
Olivia?
3 as well.
You notice that on Colin's shoulders is, in fact, a lovely snake spirit. It's bright green. You all know this snake spirit.
I don't
wait.
say a word.
I don't even see it.
Yeah, you are too far down. It's up.
So look at Colin.
I'm just like motioning to behind Colin to Jonathan. Just
Never mind. It's a wonderful day, isn't it?
I'm good, like when I get out of the truck, as soon as Eyes of the Creek kind of goes off in his direction, I very specifically go on the opposite side of the car so he can't see me, and then do the same and enjoy nature.
Okay. I love this. It's a lovely day. The sun is out. our lupine friends here, and I'm talking about the wolves, you do catch a whiff of something on the air.
So I want to activate Heightened Senses as soon as we get down, just to kind of see what's going on.
All right. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, I know that there are at least 2 of us that have that, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to rely on my natural senses to kind of see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
Are we far enough from any kind of civilization that I can try to peek into the Ember to see if there's any kind of telltale signs of anything that might have happened here?
You could.
Okay. I'll try to do that.
And then as I'm kind of like nosing around just to try to get a sense of where this is coming from, Plays with Danger will like kind of go up by Jonathan and then just sort of like lean against him for a second. And then as soon as he gets his attention, just sort of like, in wolf speak, he'll just be like, sorry.
Jonathan looked down and you see his hand, the pocket that he put that in, you see his hand go in that pocket, and you can tell he's kind of like, he's got his hand around and says, don't worry about it. It's a link to something. He actually will pull it out. So he gives it a shake. It's a reminder for what I'm fighting for. Just don't want it destroyed.
And then, like, kind of as he says the thing about like fighting for something, you just kind of see him kind of like look around, just sort of like, nature's part of, he's still got that tied to it, kind of being born here. So he gets it, and then playfully kind of like slaps him on the leg with his tail, and then just goes away trying to hunt.
Mm-hmm. With your heightened senses, you that strong urge that all the smells suddenly come to life. The trees, you smell the deer, all the wolves, all the animals, everything here, including humans too, even though their scent seems a little off-putting in comparison. Another thing you smell, kind of like rot.
Is it a familiar kind of rot, or is there something off about it?
It's familiar, like a carcass that has been out for too long.
So I'll do kind of similar to what like Eyes of the Creek does, but I'll grab Jonathan's like pant leg, like I'll just with the teeth, just a little nip, and then point towards where the rotting smell's coming from.
And actually, at this point, Jonathan will probably shift into Lupus form.
All right. You remember your roles for that?
Gnosis, right?
Yes.
For shape-shifting, it's stamina primal.
Yeah, it's stamina,
Oh, no.
stamina primal urge, yeah. And to go into Lupus, it's a difficulty 6.
A quick question. As I look around, are there cop cars in this parking lot?
There are a couple, but nobody's in them.
Okay.
We've done that before I shifted.
With the heightened senses, would I hear like people talking or like sirens or anything?
You hear some muttering. It's not real distinct. It's pretty far away. What would...
Just in wolf speak to Jonathan, like I'll just say people, and then just kind of pointing in the same direction.
I got one success on the shift.
All right, it takes you a while.
Yeah, so eventually, Jonathan, and when he finishes shifting, he's beautiful gray wolf with the tips of his ears have white on them. It's actually got a white, not like a thick stripe, like down the spine. It's got like a white line that goes down its spine, and the tip of his tail is white also. So you see he kind of like shakes as he goes into Lupus, and then looks to where Plays with Danger is pointing, and we'll start heading that way.
Eyes of the Creek, you can easily peek through the umbra here. The gauntlet is rather thin since you're in the presence of Gaia. And on the side, things look as they should. The colors are verdant. It doesn't seem like there's a thing out of place for the moment.
I'll blink out so I come back and see where everybody's at this point.
Seeing Jonathan has transformed, I will do the same, go into Lupus.
All right. Stamina plus primal urge.
And then, storyteller, so we're about like 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 successes.
All right. It doesn't take you as long as it took Jonathan, but it still takes you a little bit.
And Olivia is a mostly black wolf. There's a little spotches of brown, but it's mostly black. And I'm just gonna look around. Is there any spirits in the area? Anything?
There's nothing strange.
Other than
nothing
the
hokey.
snake on Colin.
Yeah. Nothing but the snake on Colin, who just seems to be very happily laying there on his shoulders.
Do I see the snake at all yet?
Notice?
Plays with Danger, you probably notice along with Eyes of the Creek by this point. You can roll me another perception alertness, Colin. Still difficulty 8.
Dropping dice everywhere. What's fucking wrong with me? God damn it! I'm doing it again.
I mean, if you've dropped them that many times, would it be a failure?
Hey, this isn't any home game where floor dice count. That's
should
not how
never
this
count.
works.
They shouldn't count in home.
I would
games
say I've
either.
never heard floor dice counting.
Well, that amounts to exactly 1 success.
You feel a little weight on your shoulders, but nothing major.
Can I just sort of glance
Yeah, you do a little glance, and things seem fine.
All right.
Those that are paying attention will notice when he looks, it seems to shimmer and kind of take the color. It's perfectly trying to hide from Colin.
I'm gonna paw him at his knees and just kind of pad the ground in front of him. Wolf.
Shove my hands in my pockets and just start walking the way everyone else seems to be walking.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty simple walk. I assume Colin is going to try and be paying attention for rattlesnakes on the ground, just in case.
Rattlesnakes, any other snake. Yes. I also should ask, now that I think about it, storyteller, it hasn't technically been when I woke up, but would you like me to roll to see if my nightmares, fucked me up today?
All right. Go for it. Since you're offering.
It's a willpower roll.
Oh.
Yes, it
believe.
is.
Are you gonna collect our homework, teacher?
Says the rules lawyer.
Shut up.
Ooh. We're getting catty up in here.
We're a pack. We're used to it. Yeah. Have I mentioned that I haven't ever actually played the system, only ever read it? How do I do a willpower roll?
All right, you
Is it
roll
just my willpower, or do
just your willpower.
Okay,
just
cool. That
and
makes
let
things
me-
so much easier.
just double check.
It's always whatever willpower you have, not your total,
Yeah.
unless otherwise specified by the storyteller.
Yeah.
And then my difficulty is 7, so... Alright. That gets me to also 1 success. But I believe that's enough to not subtract 1 die from all my pools.
Yes. Just enough.
Grand.
Yeah, they didn't bother you too much this night. The screams of Cheryl didn't seem to hurt as bad this time.
I don't, do anything different, but I definitely draw my attention to my left forearm with that then.
Mm-hmm.
Doing my best not to let the tattoo actually remind me too much right now.
Mm-hmm. But it's pretty easy. You follow the trails up. You do see yellow tape start appearing. The smell starts getting more intense. I'll take another perception alertness roll from everybody. Difficulty
For dice pools I'm good at, please.
difficulty 7.
1 success.
Nothing.
And I use detail oriented or my trap specialty.
Detail oriented is perfect.
Thank you. 8, you said?
7.
So
4.
Okay.
I had 110 that exploded.
Yay.
I have 5 successes.
My Monster Hearts history repeats itself. I also got a singular success on a 10.
All right. It doesn't take too long. You're looking around. You see the tape. You can tell that it's in this area. But those with 4, you look up and you notice a hiking boot in the tree.
Do I see anything that looks like it should be or not be in that boot in the tree?
Well, there's definitely a foot in it.
Okay.
Definitely a foot. You can tell you could see the bone.
Oh.
Since Colin is still the only Hamid amongst us, I'm gonna pat at his knee again. This time a little bit more aggressively than what I did the last time. And
His
I'm just
jeans
gonna,
are already faded and torn. It's all good.
Yeah, but you've ignored 1 request already, so I know how to treat you. And I'm just gonna point up at the boot.
I'm going to sigh and... Yeah, I'll just try to climb the tree for now.
Can I take a look around? We saw the yellow tape. Are there any police in the area?
I'll give you this for free. You can see there are police officers that are kind of walking on the far side. They haven't noticed you yet. They are starting to walk a perimeter. And
Will, if no one else has noticed, I will we'll speak, be like, police, be careful.
I'm going to try to use the trees and whatnot as sort of like cover and start trying to hide and keep an eye on kind of what's going on here.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like it's a strength plus athletics roll for Colin.
Okay, that's about what I expected.
You're climbing a tree.
Standard difficulty or?
Standard difficulty.
Well, alright then. That nets me a whole 2 successes this time.
All right. You slowly climb this tree. Slowly, methodically. You get some pines in your face a little bit. And yeah, you get up there successfully. It's about 50 feet off the ground.
I'm doing my best not to look at the foot part of this boot.
All right, and you are going to try and grab it or knock it out.
Knock it out. I have to touch it less.
Okay. All right.
Just
So
down to them so they can investigate it.
all right. How about another perception alertness, Colin?
All right. Sucks being
think-
such a dense motherfucker.
I think it's the size that kind of egg her on. So
Same difficulty again.
Same diff.
All right, 1 success.
All right. Shockingly, you hear on your left side, and I'm going to roll some dice. On your left side, you hear, never been this high before. This is fun. Hi, friend.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, you notice.
All right, fine. Another willpower roll. Why not? I need to check because otherwise I'm going to get a number wrong. Okay, cool. All right, give me 1 moment.
The boot comes tumbling down, and since Colin just knocked it out, it does make a rather sudden noise.
Can I dart forward? I'm going to pick up it by the boot part gently with my teeth and kind of try to get out of the wood or away from the thing so the police don't come and take it because we might be useful.
Colin?
So, 2 successes, but Colin's reaction doesn't change. He still falls out of the tree. And then scrambles to get the snake off of him and then him away from the snake.
In the process of this, are you screaming when you fall out of the tree?
Because I succeeded the willpower roll, I'm going to say no. It was probably like a... and quietly freaking out, but still freaking out.
I'm going to have to roll to see if your snake friend likes hanging out with you.
Maybe he
And
just
so
like
I,
coils around my shoulder as I fall so he doesn't go away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm like a little bit a ways from them now, but so is there any chance that I'm aware that he just fell out of the tree?
Very easily. The noise is there, which also alerts the cops. And yeah, your snake buddy is still coiled around you.
I am
And-
going. Go ahead.
Plays with. Oh, okay. And it kind of goes, "Wow, friend, that was pretty far."
And you know when people like have something up to the arm and they just like cut it off there and then just pull it away? Yeah, no, just I
can I pounce
yeah, no,
on
Colin's absolutely freaking out now.
So while all of this is
Yes.
going on, I'm going around where the police are, but like the opposite direction.
Okay.
Because I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's fine. You see Officer Myers. He's on the other side, kind of just keeping a look.
Can
Yes,
I actually change back into Hamid?
Okay.
That's gonna. Do I have to roll for that one again?
No, going back to your brief
Okay.
room's fine.
I will quickly. So I have fetish, which is. Let me get my character sheet back up. Magpie swag.
Okay.
Can I try and put the foot in Magpie swag?
You can try.
I will. So I have to activate it, which is a gnosis of 5. Do I have to roll for it, or is I just use 5 of my gnosis points?
You roll for it.
Okay.
So you roll your gnosis, the difficulty's 5.
This poor hiker paid an arm and a leg just for someone to shove her foot in a bag.
We've all seen how Colin reacts to the snake. So the second that I see him struggling to get it off of him, I'm gonna pounce on him and just put one of my paws right in his mouth, just to keep him as quiet as possible.
I have 7 successes.
Okay, so you succeed in activating Magpie swag, and you can fit the foot in.
I stuffed the foot in there, and looking up, are the cops coming towards Colin?
Of course they are. They've heard the noise.
So I'm being about on the other side. I'm gonna start howling, and to like humans, it's gonna sound like just like howling, but to the pack, it sounds like I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
Unfortunately, I believe Colin's a bit too busy to notice, but
I will actually, since I'm in helmet form, I'm actually gonna run up, just kind of like link arms with Colin, and be like, you can't run away when you see the snakes. I know they're scary. We got this. Just so like, if the cops come in, it just looks like there's 2 teenagers on a hike together. They're about the same age.
That Eyes of the Creek
except Eyes of the Creek pinned me down and shoved his paw in my mouth.
So yeah, you come over there and yeah, you see Colin with a paw in his mouth.
Yeah, and I know Hamids aren't good at this. I'm still gonna try and bite. Damn paw.
Now Eyes of the Creek can be the teenage couple's dog out for a walk.
Dog,
Like,
yeah. That's what red talons resemble.
Like, Eyes, get off of him. It's okay.
Okay, it's a Dex plus Brawl for a bite. Difficulty 5.
Okay.
Eyes of the Creek, are you going to try and dodge this? Or are you just... This is a serious stream, folks.
I think I did a bend. I think if I see him go to bite me, I'm just gonna try to pull my paw back, but at the same time I'm gonna bite him as well.
Ooh.
Not to damage him, but just to let him know this is how wolves bite.
Ooh.
So shockingly enough, this Hamid got 6 successes on a bite attack.
Oh my. Oh my.
I didn't roll anything under a 5. Madness.
Okay, strength plus 1. Eyes of the Creek, will you actually perform your Dex dodge roll?
Luckily, I'm fairly certain it's only bashing damage because it is Hamid teeth.
Yes, it is Hamid teeth. It's not going to go aggravated. Serious stream, folks. Serious stream.
What's the difficulty on pulling my paw back?
Let's do a difficulty 6, because his jaw isn't that strong.
Yeah.
In this form.
Only 1 success because of cancelizations.
Okay. So Colin gets a little nibble. How much did you roll, Colin? How many
6 successes?
On the strength?
On the strength plus brawl, yeah. 6 successes.
Well, no, strength plus 1 for the damage.
Oh, for my damage. My apologies.
It's okay.
Again, never actually played the system.
It's okay. I am here.
We're here.
And then I'm assuming successes equates to amount of damage dealt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then that gives you a total of 2.
All right. So yeah, you get a little nibble on your paw.
And as you're pulling away, he just does his best to quietly growl, "Stop it."
Jonathan,
Olivia's just like, will you both get up?
Jonathan's in Lupus form. He does like the Lupus form version of just hanging his head and.
All right.
We're all treating this like a fucking sitcom while there's cops literally like only 15 feet from him.
Yep. All right, Lupus Bite, go ahead. You know the rules for this. Dex plus Brawl.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's Lupus. This is gonna hurt.
It's difficulty 5 to bite.
Mm-hmm.
Not terrible. It's only 4 successes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage. It's your strength +1. So with Lupus strength, so
Yeah, so it's 5 dice.
for those that don't know this system very well, each form has adjustments
Ooh,
to your attributes.
all 5 successes.
Oh my. You were going for playful,
Yes,
right?
always.
All right. So let's put this as a 2 kind of situation. So you can say it does 2 damage or it does 1 damage. Either way, that shirt's getting a little messed up.
Go 1 damage.
And it's what type of damage, if I may ask again?
Technically, it should be aggravated.
Ow. You know what? Let's say that. I won't bother soaking because Hamid form can't soak that.
Yes.
So first it's stop it, and then it's just a gritting his teeth and trying not to scream in pain because ow, a wolf just bit me.
The snake looks rather sad right now.
Not paying attention to that snake, so wouldn't
Is the
notice.
snake still on him?
It is.
Yep.
I will
Rolled
tell-
around my left arm like an asshole.
Can I just like reach out to the snake, be like, right now we need him very calm. Do you want to ride with me for now?
And it kind of looks at you and it goes, nah, and then it leaves.
That works too.
But as it does this, it kind of rubs against the wound. And it even whispers in Colin's ear, bye, friend. And it doesn't hurt anymore. You look, the skin is healed.
At that point, I just exhale and go, sweet merciful God, it's gone.
The shirt's still ripped, but
Not as big a problem. I'm just gonna lay down on the ground and be silent.
I just kind of like kneel by him, like, are you okay? I'm trying to act up because I'm assuming the cops are still coming our way.
they are coming your way. Place with danger is howling on the other side. There's a little bit of a freak out over that. It's like, normally the wolves aren't so active in this area. You can hear the commentary.
I just look at Eyes and I'm like, there's no way these cops are going to believe that you're a wolf.
I nod and just take off into the forest.
So for me, it's clear that they're not at all interested in what I'm doing.
I think Eyes of the Creek might be going to join you since they heard the howl. Jonathan, what are you doing besides sad, shaky face?
Once Eyes of the Creek kind of runs off, Jonathan will follow suit.
All right. You both run off. Colin and Olivia, the cops do show up, and it's like, slow down now. Are y'all okay?
I'm so sorry. We were going for a hike and we saw a snake and
It was just an asthma attack. I freaked out. I'm fine.
everything okay? I just kind of like try to act like the nosy, young adult, just kind of like looking over.
You see the yellow tape. That means it's stay out time.
Okay, we will go right back down the trail, back to the trailhead. I'm so sorry.
Are you sure you're okay, son?
I'm fine, officer. Thank you. And
He's got an
I'll stand up, pretending to take wheezing breaths.
I kind of like I try and help him up, let him lean him. I shall be like, he has a backup inhaler in the car. We're so sorry. Are we good to
right,
go?
right. All right. Can I get a manipulation
Oh no.
plus? I assume you're
All the
trying to
good
roll
rolls.
these people. So manipulation plus subterfuge.
Oh, what if
not
you don't have
charisma?
any subterfuge though?
Then it's just manipulation.
Is there any benefit since are we both making it since we're doing this together?
Please.
Sure. For the pained look on Maddox's face, sure.
So we both roll?
Yeah.
Once I get far enough away, then yeah, I'm gonna shift into Hispo.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What's
Easy
the
peasy.
difficulty?
The difficulty's a 7.
Sick.
Once
Then-
it's
I botched it.
Oh, oddly enough, 1 success on 2 dice.
I rolled 3 dice and none of them are a success, and then I got a 1.
Real quick before we explore this. Once it's obvious that they had the cops had no interest in whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, because clearly it's not working.
You do get the attention of Eyes of the Creek and Jonathan. Eyes of the Creek has shifted probably into Hipspo. You can roll that Eyes of the Creek. I trust you.
I'm just gonna take my time.
Okay, you're just going to take your time. That's fine.
I'm literally just gonna shift so I can heal.
Okay, that's fine. In the process of Colin wheezing and Olivia trying to be friendly and trying to be helpful, the cops seem like they're going to turn away and then turn back. And it's like, wait, I know you. You work at the food bank.
I do. I volunteer down there.
Ooh, that's really awesome. I think your friend here might be a little problematic. So why don't the sudden asthma attack, that seemed very suspicious. So you're gonna have to dump out your pockets. We're gonna check your shit.
I pull out a Bic lighter, and that's it.
I mean, Olivia has her backpack.
Mhm.
She's like, I mean, I've got some cassettes and a couple books.
And then he holds up his hand with the little steel ring with the Celtic knot. Got a family heirloom. You want that?
Yep. In the process of this, your stuff, Olivia, is getting dumped out. Cassettes are going everywhere. Books going everywhere. And unfortunately, it wasn't the nice one that was doing this. It's Colt behind him. That's
I just got that.
eyeing you.
A little.
Yeah. Everything gets dumped out, and even your bag gets tossed, and it's like nothing was in it. And he turns and walks away. And the other guy's like, I was not expecting that.
Your partner's a prick.
Yeah, that's just a little
I
embarrassing.
say loudly to make sure that the other officer hears.
Because she's a teen girl, so there's probably tons of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So she's probably on the ground, like putting back all feminine stuff.
So it's gonna take time for Olivia to catch up. Colin, are you gonna help her?
Yeah. Make
Okay.
it faster for the both of us.
All right. So what's going on the other side where Meyer is just kind of standing there?
So real quick, where is the nearest police vehicle in where we are?
It's probably back where you came.
I
You
will make
might-
a mental note of that.
Okay. But yeah, it's back where you came. Eyes of the Creek. You take your time. You shift into Greater Wolf. Like one of the wolves of old. Mm-hmm.
Dire wolf, just red fur, golden patches, and just this kind of dark brown streaks that go down all of his legs.
Mm-hmm.
And just a white little bit of a muzzle. The
All
white
right.
inner ears.
And that easily heals your paw. Super easy. But you all get over there. Myers is standing there, and he kind of freaks out a little at seeing the wolf, the big wolf. Oh, gee. And he tries to quiet himself. That's what he does, is because he doesn't want to draw more attention.
Yeah.
You,
I nodded him.
you're who they sent?
Body.
And he kind of gestures and he pulls the tape up just a little bit.
I'll shift down at that point.
By the point that this happens, Colin and Olivia, you show up, you see Myers has kind of lifted the tape and he's gesturing a little ways away.
I'm not going to look at him, but as I walk under the tape, I'm going to say, if I ever see your partner again, he's getting punched.
My partner's fine.
Colt's an asshole.
Oh, sorry then.
Just
if I ever
saying.
see Colt again, he's getting punched.
Probably deserves it. He just kind of shakes his head.
I might get in trouble for assaulting a cop, though, so that'll be fun.
But as you enter this area, the smell, the decay smell is still very prominent.
Can I, as we're close to the body now, do the same thing that I did earlier and look into the umbra?
Sure.
And then,
Yes.
oh no, while everyone's like focused on this, since I'm kind of like off a little bit, I come into the area from behind and smack the cop like on the back of the leg with my tail as I kind of like move up.
Mhm. Let's see. Who of y'all has investigation? Or why not whoever wants perception plus investigation as you approach the body? Difficulty 6.
I will not.
Oh wait, I don't have investigation. I have the perception.
Problem solver.
I have 3 successes because I do have investigation.
I'll have investigation as well. Detail-oriented count for this?
Yeah.
Nice, thank you. Wait, that makes up for the one that I lost. 3 successes.
All right. It's pretty plain. You see this body. It's definitely a body. It's definitely torn all to hell. The face, weirdly enough, wasn't marred, but the rib cage is disjointed, splayed.
So coming from like, as a lupus growing up, obviously around wild animals, do I smell anything that even remotely seems like a bear?
You do smell a little bear. There's something you can't put your finger on, though. There's something.
As we're looking around, does anything seem like ritualistic about the way the body is placed, the way the body was killed?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
I will give you that for free.
Question.
Yes.
Since it is taught by a vulture spirit, I'm wondering, does scent of the true form only work on someone living, or could I use that posthumously?
I like where this is going. I'm very intrigued on how this is going to play out. So I will let
so.
I'll let you, since vulture spirit. That sounds. Yeah.
Three, 4 successes.
4 successes. This hiker was kin.
Okay.
Maybe not your kin, but definitely was kin.
Does there seem to be anything that they had with them, like a backpack?
You know, hikers usually would carry a backpack of supplies. This backpack is missing.
Can I actually going to dig into my backpack? I'm going to take out a stone, and I want to use the right to the questing stone.
All right.
Take out all my supplies. Because let's see, the right allows the werewolf to find a person or an object.
I'm gonna see while she's doing this if I can get his scent and just kind of like follow it, see if I can like maybe trail back to where he came from.
The hiker?
Yeah.
All right. You
Let's see.
can go ahead and this sounds weird, but perception plus primal urge.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find the rules for the rite of the questing stone.
Biggest
H212.
World of Darkness bucket list. Get told to roll the weirdest ability skill combo possible.
I know.
I just want to see what a storyteller would say for certain things.
What did you say the difficulty was?
The difficulty is going to be a 6.
Okay. So I got 2. One of them canceled out with a 1.
Okay.
So two after the cancel.
It's not a difficult roll, honestly, because you can clearly see the trail kind of away. This person was walking the trail up the mountain.
I'm just going to kind of follow the trail, staying within eyesight, kind of just, in case something happens, but try to follow the trail and see if maybe something got dropped or thrown, or just to try and see if there's anything from like in the direction he came from.
Jonathan and Colin are still next to me, right? So I'm going to put my paw on top of the hiker and just look at both of them.
All right. To use this right, Olivia, you have to know the name of the object or the individual.
I mean, I know. Are the remnants of the backpack? Because that's what I'm trying to find.
Doesn't seem like there are remnants of the backpack. The backpack is missing entirely.
Okay, so it's not like it got pulled off. It's like she might have just taken it off and then gotten. Okay, so just knowing that there was most likely a backpack is not specific enough for this, right? Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have an assumption that this person would be carrying a backpack because they're on a long-standing hike.
And when I looked into the Umbra, did I see anything?
Nothing particular.
I am going to, since I can't do the right, I will actually use my gift, which is the Heightened Senses.
Okay. And the smell of the decay of the body fills your nose.
But I'm going to try to look around and try to see if I can't see where the backpack might have been lost, because if she was running from something that attacked her.
You all notice that Plays with Danger has gone off on his own. This isn't the first time, but yes, he has gone off on his own.
The face is intact, right?
Yes.
I want to use Perfect Recall and see if I can recognize it from any type of police files, legal files of a name. I just got to spend a gnosis point pretty much.
Okay.
I can remember everything clearly, even little details.
Hashtag give us moon.
So you think on this, and the face does look kind of familiar. It looks like from a arrest record for a protest.
Okay.
A keep the wild wild kind of protest. You know her name is looks for pretty places. Kayleen. She is
Kaylee?
Yeah. She is of Native American descent.
So at that, Jonathan, you see Jonathan still in Lupus. He puts his paw on the body. He says, Kaylee, look, pretty places.
Whose kin is she? Do you know?
Probably wouldn't get that.
You know from the record that she is from the Crow Reservation. That's to the north.
Oh, okay. So as you ask that, you see Johnson's head looks up. Crow.
The lieutenant are going to blame us for this.
I'm going to tilt my head at Colin as he says that.
What?
Just ears straight up. You pay.
They're going to argue that we
attention.
should have protected her, and we didn't. And now she's dead. They're going to blame us for this.
You hear and soak. Pretend not to. Then I'm just going to sit back on my haunches.
Eyes of the Creek, in your previous investigation roles, you have looked at this body. The wounds do look bear-like. But you being a Red Talon, you spend a lot of time in Wolf. A lot of time in Hispo. You know very well a Hispo Garu could do damage like this to an individual. Plays with Danger, you've headed up the trail back where she was coming from.
I mean, have I gotten any sense of, like, because I'm just staying by the scent, but trying to just kind of like keep an eye out, see if I go for long enough to where it just seems like I'm not finding anything, I will go back and join them.
Yeah. The trail does go a little cold at a certain point, but you can tell she was running. There is a palpable scent of fear.
Hunted. Then yeah, I'll run back to them.
I'm gonna take a look at Jonathan again after he gives us his information. I put my paw on one of the wounds. I'm just gonna be like, Hispo, this wolf, this us.
So Jonathan still has his paw on. He looks over. Guru, Crow, Kin. Not good.
As I get up to them, I'm just going to say, chased, and then point in the direction that I just came from. Fear. Hunted.
See, Jonathan looks over at you, still in Lupus, and you see his paw is on the body. Kin, from Crow. Hispo, do this.
And I think with that discovery, we should go on our break. So we
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you, or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you, or do you feel alive? My soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within, to burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
And we're back. So, lovely scene next to a torn up corpse. Interesting info about.
Is this a male or female body? I don't think I asked.
Female body.
Female. Okay, so it's matching some things that we have historically.
Yeah, Jonathan would automatically think of the events that happened here in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a question. Olivia, is the way this body was killed, does it sound at all familiar to the murders that happened when she was little?
There are some similarities. There was a certain level of brutality that affected the events in the past, but there wasn't exactly a direct MO. It was very brutal and visceral, those serial killings that happened when you were a kid.
And question, with the serial killings that happened when I was a kid, did they occur like in people's houses or were they out in the woods?
Various places. Usually their place of residence.
Okay.
I'm gonna file that the picture of the hiker mall away in my perfect memory, perfect recall later.
We'll ask Plays with Danger if he, when he was, because he went up the back trail, if he saw any kind of sign that maybe there was a backpack or any belongings she may have left behind.
He'll shake his head no. Just only fear. Smell.
Just as well as I will very gingerly kind of check her pockets.
As the investigation of the body continues, I'm going to make my way the same direction that Plays went off to, because I want to try to find the same kind of sense that he did.
As he moves in that direction, I'm going to follow just because now having a better idea of what might be going on, I don't want more than one of us off by ourselves at any given point. So it's definitely kind of like hanging back off to the side, kind of like trying to look maybe in places that I didn't necessarily get a good look at the first pass now that there's two sets of eyes.
All right, both of you, perception plus investigation.
Can I do alertness? Perception alertness?
Sure, I'll let you. Difficulties are going to be 6.
That die is dead to me. As we go further away from the body, I want to try to turn on Heightened Senses. Will that lower the difficulty?
I'll give it a lower difficulty. And I know Plays Harry has Heightened Senses on, so yeah, that'll drop it to 5.
And then what are we looking at right now in terms of like how much time has passed and what it's looking out like outside, like day, nighttime?
I
like
would say
still afternoon.
We're still in the afternoon, but the sun is starting to set.
What time is it exactly? Because I would know.
All right, it is
Or at least not what time is it exactly, because I wouldn't know how to tell time. But how long do we have until nightfall? I think is a better question for me.
You have a couple of hours till nightfall. This is kind of spring, but it's still like a semi-early spring, not hitting summer kind of business.
I got 5.
Would detail-oriented count for this?
Sure.
I want to use it as much as possible.
Especially when you say that dice is dead to you.
It fell, so that one's dead to me. This would give me 4 successes then instead of 2.
All right. You go, and Eyes of the Creek, yeah, you get that sense of fear. You can tell there was running. There was panic. Plays with Danger, since you rolled higher, you notice on the far side of the ridge, up the mountain just a little bit, you see a wolf. A red wolf.
I'll like grunt to get, like, I'm not going to take my eyes off of it, but I'll grunt to Eyes to try to get his attention.
Start to look around to see what he's trying to.
I'll like use my nose to sort of point. It's like wolf, red.
Immediately look over in that direction.
There is a red wolf there with the tail as it begins to turn to leave the area. You can see the tail, the tip is kind of gold in color as it goes to crawl under the underbrush through the shrub.
Is it any of the ones that we recognize from the cairn? or the brawn?
No.
Next question. Does it
Immediately
look
take off
like
after
it's lupus or hispo?
It's lupus. It is a regular looking wolf.
Yeah, I'd go after with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right after it, and I'm gonna try to, as I'm running, kind of howl to announce myself and to see if it stops.
I make no noise other than the running.
Do we
All right.
hear the howl back by the body?
Probably.
Yeah, so as Jonathan hears the howl, he looks over where the howl came, takes one more look at the body, and then we'll kind of run off towards Plays with Danger and Eyes of the Creek.
I will drop into lupus.
All right, you got to roll. Or spend rage. One of the two.
It's primal urge and
Stamina.
stamina.
And it's difficulty 6.
2 successes.
All right. It does take you a bit to shift. You kind of have to go through the forms a little bit to get through there. Eyes of the Creek and Plays with Danger. You both notice this wolf stops at the announcement call. And it just kind of sits down.
We're in Eyes of the Creek's territory. I'm going to follow his lead.
Just look back and quietly hit those rules. And I'm going to stalk up to it, just kind of like walk in front and sit down opposite of it.
And once it sees you, you see it kind of lower even further.
Name.
Falling Sky.
Look over at Plays.
I'll look back.
Rank.
It kind of looks a little pouty. And just fostering.
I immediately get down beneath them then.
I sort of following suit, but not like slow or anything. It's just like falls like straight onto the ground, like just plops down, but definitely like low to the ground.
Very, very much eyes down, away from them, just like, I'm sorry.
No need. I'm lost.
We take to care and follow. And
Okay.
I'll let out a howl to let the rest of the pack know where we are. Let
And
them know that
then
we found a lost wolf.
and I'll move like as we're. So are we moving back towards them or are we staying where we are?
No, I'm staying where I am.
Okay, then I'm gonna like stay where we are, but like as like sneaking glances as much as possible, mainly just to keep an idea of where this wolf is. Does it by chance, because I have the heightened senses, does it smell familiar? Like, was it near the body at all?
No, strangely enough, it doesn't smell familiar.
Okay.
At this point, Jonathan will probably reach Eyes of the Creek.
Y'all will probably have reached if you were following.
Yeah, and as Jonathan gets there, he kind of does the door like, hmm?
You're muted.
as they approach, I pulled another fucking bend. I'm just gonna nod at the new wolf. Falling skies, Foster, and just let them see that I'm much lower than I've been. There's a clear sign of respect here for their rank.
All right, so Jonathan will probably look at plays and then do a similar, I guess, like in Lupus form of a bow, kind of.
So while you hear, and as I go to interrogate, I would love to speak with an ancestor to see if they can maybe help out my perception, empathy a little bit.
That shouldn't be too hard. You hear a little whisper in your head.
And this is weird because Colin's not the type to normally access this.
Mm-hmm. You hear a little whisper. My son, I think you should be careful. Those markings. This wolf's not from here.
And with that, I will add 3 dice to my perception.
Oh, you fancy.
For not wanting to be a part of this shit, yeah.
And then I add my empathy as well.
Mm-hmm.
What difficulty?
We'll do a 7.
Okay.
Just
Well,
for...
With one of them being a 10 and another being a 1, I have a total of 2 successes then.
All right.
To figure out, I essentially just trying to get the gut reaction to my question, which is, what are you doing here?
I'm lost.
And it seems like they're being honest about that.
It seems like they're being forthcoming. There's definitely a cock to the head over the aggressiveness there.
Fine.
When you see her cock her head like that, you notice that there is a patch where the fur doesn't grow. It seems to be some form of marking. A marking of renown.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Make a note of that. I'll look at everybody. We take to care. Introduce.
Of course. How'd you get lost?
I was on the moon bridge. Something happened. It broke.
I will turn and look at Olivia.
Have I
They
ever
do that?
heard? Yeah, have I ever heard of like that being a possibility, or anything that might cause that to happen?
Moon bridges can, in fact, break because they are points to different cairns.
Which cairn were you traveling to?
Up north. Frozen wastes.
Do I know where that cairn is?
It is very far north in Canada.
Okay.
Do I know where that cairn is?
Yes, you would. This person would have had to hop to your previous cairn to be able to get to that one.
Fuck.
So on their long journey, at some point it broke. The connection was severed.
How long lost?
Many moons.
Fuck.
Can our moon bridge get you the rest of... Actually, why am I asking you? Turns to the rest of them. Can our moon bridge get them there?
I shrug.
Mm,
Yeah, Jonathan kind of does a little shrug.
would I know? I'm assuming you might be able to hop, but
Unfortunately, they have, in a strange way, closed up and sealed the moon bridge that leads directly to the heart of the cairn. Moon Shadow's probably the only one that would know if it could actually make it there. It's for exclusive usage. They do not want anyone that is ill-favored being able to come right to the center, the seat of power.
Marv, you should speak with Moon Shadow. He would know more. Should take her. Yeah, we should get going.
I'm gonna point in the direction of the dead body, and then look back at the Foster. You hear, you see, what kill?
There were screams. Many screams.
Many screams. When we're like sniffing around, do we smell anyone else other than Kaylee?
Not really.
So this entire time, ever since they started mentioning the cairn to the north, Plays has gotten considerably less relaxed. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. He's not as him as he usually is. And his eyes are like sort of like midway between like reverence and like staring daggers. Like he's like staring daggers as much as he can while not being overtly aggressive.
Is it obvious you're doing this, or?
I mean, it's not necessarily something that he's
Trying to hide?
Yeah, it's more so it's just kind of catching him out of nowhere. So he's not a very much hide what's going on kind of person. He has zero subterfuge because why would he need it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look at her again with my eyes never making eye contact. Now that I know that she's at their higher rank. Hear screaming, hear howling too. Smell kitten. Smell Garu.
I did.
Many.
Yeah. Pack?
Spotted.
What was that? I didn't catch.
He just asked a very blunt rotted with a question mark at the end.
Angry.
I just look at her with one last question. Just nod. Auspice.
Crescent.
At this, Jonathan will actually walk over to where Plays is, and noticing sun's up, will kind of like look and something wrong. Oh, you're muted.
Nothing good. And then he'll kind of like slink away from you as sort of like he just doesn't want to have this conversation right now.
Interesting.
Go
Alright.
back. John Carr. Take her, Karen.
Take her to Karen.
Just nod.
The cops still think there's a crime scene here. If a body just disappears, it's gonna cause a lot of extra bullshit. I'm not saying don't take her body. She deserves to go back to the reservation so that she can be buried and stuff, but
I think he's saying take the wolf, not the body.
Yeah, I pointed in the direction of the body.
Oh.
It's like, not her. And then I pointed at the wolf. Her.
Colin just shuts up.
We should make our way back to the car.
All right.
Also, who's driving? Because I can't.
Jonathan will shift back to Hamid.
It's pretty easy to do.
Yep.
But I have a question for you, Jonathan. Are you wearing clothes? Do you have bound clothing?
Do I have bound clothing? No.
So he shifts back in the middle of this trail and he butt-ass naked.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't drive naked, Jonathan.
Well, first thing you notice in Jonathan, there's a very wicked looking jagged scar like around his neck. Now it's low enough that the shirt will cover it, and in Lupus form the fur kind of covers it, but it's this very jagged scar around his neck. He would have just not shifted till he got close to the car, because like he knows, but like you just see him put up like a finger, like I got it covered. He goes in, he opens up the trunk, and you can see there's like like a
not
briefcase.
covered.
He opens up the briefcase, and you see there's like bags of clothes in there.
I do have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have any dedicated clothing items, where'd you put the keys?
With any luck, he gave them to one of us.
Or left them in.
There's another thing,
They didn't
Jonathan.
specify that, so I don't know.
There's another thing, Jonathan. Your pillbox is now missing.
Oh, except I would have shifted right outside the car, so my clothes would be there.
Yes. This is what I was getting you to think of.
Okay.
So, yeah, the clothes do go... And you've got shreds, but yeah, you do still have items.
You know, I'll put on the... Not shredded too bad, so I'll put them on just more for modesty's sake.
Sure.
Tap his pants where the pillbox would be, and then other pocket, make sure the keys are there. Just kind of looks around. We're good to go.
This time I hop in shotgun.
Once
Middle
again,
of-
you just see Jonathan
Colin?
like shake his look down and shake his head.
I just kind of glare at Colin as I get into the back seat.
There's
Mhm.
a very apathetic, nonplussed, like blank stare back. Not in any way any form of challenge or aggression at all. Just meh.
I'll
Here's the question: where is Kaylee going?
I'll pad at Olivia since nobody opened the back for us.
I will open the back. Question: would this vehicle have seats that fold down so that way it's a big open space in the back to make more room for wolves? Was that a thing in the 90s cars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably. I'm not positive, but
I'm pretty sure the back row has
Like the
been
back
folded
seats, yeah.
down with this in mind because part of your pack is Lupus. In the process of Plays with Danger and Eyes of the Creek getting in the back, Skies Fall, or Falling Sky, I'm now blanking on which way I had the name.
Falling skies.
Yes, Falling Skies. Looks over at Eyes of the Creek and kind of gives a bit of a look.
I nod. I Weaver, yes. And I kind of roll my eyes. Necessary.
Plays will jump into the back with like as minimal energy as is necessary to accomplish the goal, and then we'll just lay very quietly on the floor on the back.
And she just kind of looks and says very, very subtly to Eyes of the Creek, "Do the unbalanced always lead your pack?" As she hops in.
With a sigh, I'll reach out my paw and bring the rear door close, and then I come over and get as close to the back to the back of this front seat where Olivia's sitting, so because I know that another seatbelt check is coming, so I want to be as close to the front as possible.
This time, Olivia, she buckles up. Still glaring at Colin though in the front seat.
And Colin, having just already gone to staring out the window, did not buckle his seatbelt.
Excellent. And I just kind of look at her. Every alpha leads its strength. And then just scooch in as close as possible.
And she does come up and she does sit near Eyes of the Creek, though her eyes are being drawn to plays with danger.
He is. He is somewhere else right now.
Olivia, as you notice, you turn and look out the window, and you see the littlest of a snake tail hanging on the roof of the car. And this, as we head back to the Cairn, is where we're going to stop for the evening.
Seatbelt check.
God, that one.
Okay.
I am not looking forward to next week.
Boy.
That
We
went
just
fast.
started.
God damn.
Yep. And with that, of course, I would love to thank my players. I want to thank Shanky McStabber for running the tech here.
Thank you, Shanky.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
And in the process, we are actually going to go around and do a XP vote. Everyone gets their standard XP. Everyone role played well. Everyone participated. So why don't we start with Plays with Danger to see who you would like to nominate for an extra XP point.
I gotta go with Eyes of the Creek, just locking down that Philodox, being the like he's kind of got that roll down, gives me something to fuck with. So yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you.
All right. Jonathan?
I'm going to go for Colin because I really, really enjoy the snake spirit. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes over.
Yeah, no, a snake spirit wanting to be your friend when you're afraid of snakes is not easy.
I'm really liking that little like storyline. I want to see where that one goes.
Well, as far as you can tell, where that one goes is usually the opposite direction of Colin.
Out of a tree.
All right. Colin?
Oh, gotta be giving it to our Theurge, honestly. I was so happy to not be alone in my asthma attack, because God, I'm such a shit liar.
Not that I rolled well for it, but hey, we tried.
See, I'm I'm good at the charisma part of the social, not the manipulation part of the social. People like me, I can't convince them of shit.
All right, Eyes of the Creek.
I gotta give it to Plays. Without him, I wouldn't have the wherewithal and the stoicism needed to play my role.
Oh my goodness, I think that's 1 point for almost everybody. All right, Olivia.
Oh man, you're either gonna make me a tiebreaker, or I'm gonna vote Jonathan just to make this really annoying.
Yes.
He break checked all of us and it was hilarious. And he totally played with the whole. Yeah, no, I'm naked.
That means, in my honest opinion, that means everybody is going to get an extra XP.
Woo!
I will not do this every single time because y'all will plot this shit.
Us?
I
Never.
promise I would do nothing so meta.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have done nothing in this stream to suggest that I am up to any shenanigans.
But here's the real question, though. Does that mean that there is also a viewer vote?
There is
Ooh.
going to be a viewer vote. Go ahead and vote in the Karen chat on the Discord to see who gets that extra point of experience. And tell us why, please. I want to know. I'm dying to hear, if Jonathan's break check antics or Colin flipping out over a snake that actually really wants to love him.
A snake that isn't technically physically there either. That's the fun part.
Spirit loves you.
Yeah.
And it can love me from 50 yards away.
I just on sheer principle, I need to befriend that snake myself just to pester you.
I also would like to make a point to thank my fiance, Brock, Dragonbane 989, for helping me piece together some of the setting stuff. I wouldn't be doing this without his support, so
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
that's one thing I wanted to say. And I don't know all the other schedule stuff, so please, someone else. Voice from
Mystic
the
voice of
heavens.
Shanky.
This
Here
is
he
the
comes.
disembodied voice of Shanky McStabber, just floating in out of nowhere. Just, if you like what we're doing here, of course, so you know, bits and donations, those go to the players, not to the studio. So if you want to show your thanks to the players, bits and donation go to them. So it's just a way to get them a coffee every once in a while, but not Starbucks, because that shit's expensive. Just saying. Just have to
Kalani
put
Brothers
that
is
out there.
better.
Go ahead, please join us on our Discord. You'll see that, we cast our shows from the Discord. We have a good old time over there. We've started doing monthly community non-streamed game. It's a party game right now called Blood on the Clock Tower, where you get to see Timber Brad be sus as hell. Because he's
It's
sus.
true.
Just saying he is. We also do a weekly Zoom hangout with members of the community, just as a chance to get to know everybody. If you want to catch our back episodes, you can pop right over to YouTube. Got all that listed here. This video will be there too. Yay! Studio has merch. Let me get it all in here. I got to get everything in here. You want to get some Windy or some McStabber Studios merch? Unfortunately, most of it's Windy City, unless someone has good merch ideas for the Werewolf game, and then post it on the Discord to our merch requests, and we'll try to get some merch in there. Cocks for conservation.
All stuff for Gaia.
Yep.
Sorry.
Red
But-
Rockets for Gaia.
But naked for Mother Earth,
Red
right?
Rocket for Gaia.
That's
Oh my
not right.
God. I love it. I love
That's
that.
not right. That one is not right.
And it will never be repeated by me.
Yep.
Oh, we're all lipstick in here. It's fine.
The schedule this week, we've got, it's Tuesday. We got this one here now. But Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have the finale of our Magi Ascension 2E game, Neon Rain. And it has, right there, Ravnos Archon, Eyes of the Creek. He's the storyteller in it. It's a lot of fun. It is hilarious with an amazing cast. You should check that out.
It's
Sunday-
terrible how amazing it is.
Yeah, it's so amazing. Timber Brad, who hates mages, likes the game.
True story.
Yeah. Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City After Dark, Episode 7. Yeah. I'm just saying, yeah, bad shit's about to happen, and there's a shakeup coming down. Just so you know. And then, of course,
I don't like that we're almost at the end of the season.
Yeah, things are changing in Windy City for sure. You'll find out. And as always, if you're on the Discord, we put non-con or out of context spoilers as our Discord statuses. So you might look at that and try to figure out what the hell that means. And then, of course, next Tuesday at 8 p.m., right back here. We're going to be right back to this werewolf game. And hopefully Colin doesn't have too bad of a dashboard dent on his forehead from brake checks.
Luckily, even if he does, hopefully with storyteller permission, he's still unfazed because 4 stamina is fucking wild.
That just means he didn't hit the brakes hard enough. That's all I got to say. And everyone, mental health, it's no joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health seriously. Check in on your friends. Check in on loved ones. Check in on those around you. You might be the voice they needed right now. You might be a lifeline that they just needed just someone to talk to for a little while. And if you suffer from mental health issues like a lot of us do, reach out to those around you. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you look over in chat right now, we have a list of support lines you can call 24/7, 7 days a week, even numbers you can text. And those are professional people that, will help you without judgment, without condemnation. They will just talk to you. And if you don't live in the U.S., there's a website in our chat right now as well that will let you plug in what country you're in and find out what the helpline is for your country. And that's very important, especially with what's going on now in the world. And since my wife isn't around, I will say, get your COVID shots, please. The most recent study shows 99% of people who are currently dying from COVID are unvaccinated. Don't be one of those unvaccinated people, please. Please don't. And I'd like to thank the cast of this show and the amazing storyteller. And it was a blast, and I hope to see you next week. And good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.